But wait, not yet. Yeah, wait for the big entrance. Thank you very much. As I said during the intro, we are so excited to play for you. It's been a long time coming. We have at least one opportunity to play a true concert with everybody together, with our seniors. We are so excited about that. And I'm going to overuse the word excited if I have not already, but please forgive us. It's been a very challenging year, and the students have been doing so many awesome things. We're really super happy to be able to do that for all the public and the people that are able to come tonight, both in person and the people joining us online. Thank you for being with us. The next song we're going to play is going to feature our senior trumpet player, Owen Popelka, and he's going to be playing the role. The beginning of it kind of has like a jungle feel, and it's a little bit raw, it's a little bit kind of intimidating sounding, and he's going to be kind of like a jungle animal that he's going to be portraying on his trumpet with the plunger and pixie move. And face mask. Yeah, that's really what Duke Ellington had in mind, right? Go pandemic. Anyway, we'll be featuring Owen on trumpet. We will be also featuring two of our other seniors in the saxophone section. We have Alex Upmeyer on alto sax right behind me. Say hi to Alex. He's shy, sometimes. And then switching over from his Barry, we have Nolan playing the other alto saxophone part. So say hello to Nolan on alto saxophone. Like I know. All right, so their part is kind of once we get out of the jungle, then there's kind of a clearing and everything is just kind of like calm and peaceful, and that will be the part that Alex and Nolan take care of on the alto saxophone. Then we get into this big band kind of dance a little bit later in the tune, but then it goes back to the jungle and Nolan gets a little ferocious again, and hopefully it'll end on a happy and thoughtful note. So we hope you enjoy Duke Ellington's Rockabye River. so if you have not had a chance to scan the QR code or find our program on your devices yet, if you're having a hard time with getting the QR code to work, we have a digital program the link is on our band webpage as well, so if you've got a device that can get online, it's nsband.com. That will have on the main page the live stream link that people are tuning into right now, but also the link to the program so you can see the songs and who's soloing and the personnel of the group, and just kind of like a thank you to everybody that needs to be thanked over and over again in there. So, all right, so that was Rockabye River. I think what we will do now, this is obviously the last concert of the year for the jazz department, actually the last concert of the year for the band department. We need to recognize some people and just do a couple of awards, so just kind of bear with me here. The first one that we're going to give out is the Most Improved Jazz Musician Award. And normally in a regular situation, we would have the two bands, and there would be one for each band, so we would give out 2 awards. Well, we have one band here, but we're still going to give out 2 awards. There's been a lot of improvement, even in the midst of all this stuff going on around us. So I want to make sure that we give the people their just reward in terms of how much they've put in and how much they've improved and gone from point A to point B throughout the school year. So our first Most Improved Musician Award, and they will both be getting iTunes, or I guess it's now all things Apple gift cards, which includes iTunes and apps and all that stuff. But we figure if you want to get some jazz music on iTunes, you can do that. But the first person to receive this award did not play jazz last year. And they're like, hey, can I do jazz band this year? And I'm like, of course, because they're a really great player. And from the beginning, they have been super just diligent and covering parts and coming in for extra help and working on improvisation and just really doing a great job, and especially in a section where there are just 3 of them. Now they're starting to figure out who it might be. In a section where there are just 3 of them, they're having to play these higher parts, and they're putting these bell covers on that probably take away about 20% of their sound. I would say, Brass, wouldn't you say? About 20% worth of their sound? Yeah. So they all have just been dealing with that very well, and she's been doing an awesome job. So the first person to receive the Most Improved Jazz Musician Award is Miss Rachel Sorensen. The trumpet section. Come on down, Rachel. Rachel Sorensen, everybody. Okay, and then one more Most Improved Musician Award that we're going to give out before we play our next tune. This goes out to someone who has always been a super hard worker, and they just keep getting better at like an exponential rate. And they totally are just really into their own learning and pursuing their goals and everything. And in fact, this year was selected for the SEBA Honors Jazz Band, which on this instrument is very tough to do, and she did it as a junior. So please give a round of applause to Miss Kendall Detmeyer. The gift card sleeve that it comes in says $10 to $500. It's a little bit closer to the $10 side. So, but you know, we appreciate everything that you guys have done, and really everybody in this group. And we're going to keep things rolling here. Are we doing the vocal tune next? No, we're doing Vine Street Rumble, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to get to that one next. Okay, so the next tune is entitled Vine Street Rumble, and it was written by Benny Carter, who was one of Count Basie's chief arrangers, saxophone player. Just a great person, and between Count Basie and Duke Ellington, I think if I were to have a time machine, I would go back and check out their performances with their bands in their prime, and that would just make me, you know, happy as I could be. So this tune is going to feature our saxophone section out front, swinging away, and then we have some soloists throughout the band that you can see in your program, and I'll kind of shout them out as they do it. So we hope you enjoy Vine Street Rumble. right. One thing that we always try to do in the jazz program is to feature a vocalist, since vocal jazz is such a huge part in the history of this music that it would really be a tragedy not to include it. There are so many great vocalists out there, past and present, that are doing things. We've got in the past, we have our Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday, and we also have Frank Sinatra and Joe Williams. There's all these great vocalists. And we're going to do one that you've probably heard. If you listen to any Michael Buble, this is one of the songs that's pretty famous with he and his band. So we're going to feature Owen again, this time in the vocal department, singing for you guys on a Michael Buble tune. So please welcome to the stage, all-state vocalist, Mr. Senior Owen Popelka.
Want to hold that for me?
I guess. It's just another day at the office for me, right? You do what you gotta do.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleeping in the spring days,
right, so each year, as part of a nationwide award that's given out at various high schools around the country, we'll be presenting our Louis Armstrong Jazz Award this evening to our senior jazz band member who has exhibited a ton of leadership and commitment and dedication to the program, and is as voted on by all the students. We had a John Philip Sousa Award that we gave out to the senior musician who was voted on by the band department for like the concert band award for that, and that recipient was George Benke. And this evening, we'll be giving out the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, and if anybody has heard or knows about Louis, he really is one of the, if not the most influential figures in the history of jazz. When you listen to jazz band music and when you talk to these people that have made it and have gone on and succeeded and become kind of pioneers themselves in this art form, they always attribute a huge part of their inspiration to Louis Armstrong. So this person is a senior, as I said, they have to be a senior, has been involved in jazz since you could be involved in jazz, since 8th grade, and has just done a tremendous job for us. I don't want to take up too much of your time because it becomes kind of like a game. It's like, how many hints can we give out that won't give away the winner or the recipient right away? But you heard this person play a jungle monster. You heard this person play the role of Michael Buble on the last tune. We are going to give the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award to senior Owen Popelka. Let's give it up for him. And Owen will get a certificate. His name will go on a plaque in our band room, and he will get a kind of a little desk trophy type thing that also makes a really good paperweight if the papers start to blow around. So Owen Popelka, one more time. Okay, so we've got a couple tunes left, and they're very high energy, and we have plenty of room if anybody is feeling the need to like get up and dance. Now we can call it the pandemic dance. Maybe some of us, we have creaky knees or bodies aren't moving so good if you're like me, and you just kind of do what you can. But if you feel the need to dance, we've got plenty of aisle space. If you see a fire marshal, then just return to your seat quietly and kind of like nothing happened. But each year we would do a tune that would be in kind of like the Mardi Gras vein, and it would be what is called a second line tune. And the second line refers to, essentially down in New Orleans they would have all kinds of celebrations. And in this case, if it was for a wedding or a funeral, they would have the band marching in the second line as part of the celebration, because even in a funeral situation, it was a celebration of life. They didn't see it as a time of mourning, they saw it as a time of celebration of that person's life and trying to carry them into the afterlife. So this tune is no exception in the way that it's a celebration, and we hope you guys enjoy it. You're going to hear a lot of different sounds and different solos from people in the band. And without any further ado, we are going to play Do What You Want by the Rebirth Brass Band. We hope you enjoy it. We get to turn the trombone section loose a little bit on. Good. Everybody good? we do our last tune, I would just like to take this time to, and you can read some of the thank yous in the program, but I want to thank a lot of people really, because without all their support, we wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff. First, I'd like to thank our administration, Mr. Kanucky, Mr. Schroeder, and all the people that have made our jobs so much easier this year in a time when we really didn't know how things were going to go. They literally gave us every resource that we asked for, and not only were they accepting of what we asked for, but they were super supportive and be like, yes, let's do that. Let's do what we need to do for the students. So thank them from the bottom of our hearts. I'd like to thank Josh and Tom, the people who basically take care of this theater. I know this is a huge, busy time for them to put on another concert, because they've got concerts going on. They have dance recitals happening. They have different things, honors programs and award ceremonies and stuff that they're doing. So thank you for helping us out tonight and helping us with the live stream footage for those that are at home. I'd like to thank our music boosters for everything they have done. They are just an outstanding group of people, and even in a time when we didn't really have very... Whoa! Oh, what did you do? Hey, who did that? Chuck, your daughter did that. I know. Hello? Okay, good. Oh, my teacher voice. Sit down and be quiet. Okay, so where was it? Oh yeah, so I was thanking the music boosters. Even at a time when we weren't really having a whole lot going on, they were always checking in and saying, you know, what do you guys need? What can we do to help? And that alone means the world to us, because just knowing that we have people that are looking out for us and offering their services if we need help with anything is just been a godsend. So thank you to the music boosters. Brian Popelka was one of the leaders and facilitated the meetings. Brenda, our treasurer. There's just a lot of people that have been super instrumental, if you'll pardon the pun, in helping us get through this year. So thank you to them. To the parents, you guys have no doubt been through a lot, just as we have, and as far as we can tell, things are going okay in how you're seeing how your students are doing here at the high school. And if you don't see that they're doing very well, we don't hear about it, so thank you for not complaining to us about it. Disagree with stuff that's going on here, whatever, because we know there's a lot of different decisions that have to be made, and we just appreciate your support, keeping your kids in the music program and letting them still do this thing, even if it is at kind of a limited capacity. We just so appreciate all your help and support. Lastly, well, not lastly, but almost lastly, to the students, I cannot say enough. I would really, sometimes I'd like you guys to read what I put in the program about how the year went and how we went into it just not really completely knowing what to expect and thinking, I don't even know what's going to happen with our program, because we want to make sure we can keep the people at home playing with us. We want them to still feel connected to our family here, so we would live stream, but we're going to chop the groups into 4 smaller groups. We're going to spread them out. Sometimes you might be the only person on your instrument, so that can be kind of a weird thing, and you're wearing a face mask. And you've got the bell covers on, and our brass players have little puppy training pads that they have to empty their spit valves on because of the germ thing. So all these things going into the year, we were just thinking, how are we gonna do this? And here we are at the end of the year, and I can't believe how good the students have been. I mean, really. So let's give them a round of applause. They made our jobs easy this year. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it was because of them that we look forward to coming to school each day, and they just put on their game faces. They were resilient, and they just powered through it. So we thank them so much. And seniors especially, you guys have the unique experience of not really getting the senior year that you deserve. And we all feel the exact same way, and if there was more that we could do, if there were more that we could do to give you guys closure and to make you guys feel like, yep, this is how I appreciate or how I was hoping my senior year would go, then we would totally do it. But you guys have stuck through it. You've been with us for 4 years, which some days, putting up with Mr. Collins and I together is a stretch, we know, but you guys have been awesome all the way through. So if I could have our seniors stand up and be recognized, let's give them a huge North Scott round of applause. So from your right in the front row, we have Nolan Blodig on bari sax and alto sax. We have Sophie Cox on tenor sax. We have Alex Ruttmeyer on tenor sax and alto sax. And in the trumpet section, we have Owen Popelka. So one more time, our senior class, 2021. Okay, now we're going to do our traditional end of the year song that normally we would feature all of, like both jazz bands at the high school, but then also our 8th grade jazz band. They would come up and we would play this song, so there'd be this huge mass of people on stage. We weren't able to get, a concert with the 8th graders this year, but we're going to do our best to bring the spirit home. This is entitled Bang Bang, and you're going to hear some solos from our seniors. There's going to be some lyrics in there. If you can say cornbread, hot dogs, and chitlins, then you've got it down. Or if you can say beep beep, you've got that part down. Or if you can just yell bang bang as loud as you can, then you've got that. All right, so thank you once again for coming. Please be safe from this point forward. We hope that fall brings things back to normal, so we can get everybody together and we can all just enjoy being around each other and not have so much of whatever this COVID thing is. All right? Thanks again, guys. We hope you enjoy Bang Bang. coming. We hope you guys have a safe drive home, and we'll see you next time, all right? Thanks, everybody.